success for their unit in this first game.
The early game here is very important here for FPX because eventually Xiaoshu is going to be a problem in this game. He will be a Scion versus an Akali, a Jhin, a Rumble. There is no fun free for FaZe and Zhuo to make sure that they can put damage down. And it is going to be that poke variant to the Varus.
And Zhuo getting targeted to start off his JDG career, chunked down to 100 HP with how JDG do want to operate here. A little bit of trading here in the mid lane. Scout getting clocked on that electrocute as Care finds a nice little chunk of damage. And now towards the bot lane we go. FaZe getting targeted immediately by a nice flash engage by Jway. And Milky Way dashes the flag. Thought that maybe they would have a decent time going up against a 2v2 that is playing together for the first time in official match play. Jway also teleporting in with that Summoner Spellbook. Not at level 6 just yet though, and that could be crucial as we get the grubs started up by both of these teams. Jway using the Hex Flash, not finding an engage just yet. First grub secured by Milky Way, but now Carrot to flash away. Unstoppable Onslaught into the pit. And it now means that JDG control the area. Decimating Smash lands just onto the Jarvan, but now he's looking to go in, find a Cataclysm onto somebody, but he's not going to be able to use it. FaZe will take him down, using that Chain of Corruption to make sure that ulti could not be used. And now Jachi looking for as much as he can with the curtain call, but overall it with Shun heading back to base.
Jachi also putting himself on the top side of the map with these two grubs, going to get himself a plate. He is only 2 CS behind. FPX are in a massive advantage state here.
And Jway has his flash, has the Magnet Storm, looking for something, but Care gets caught out on the flank. Chain of Corruption comes down, and the Akali, it might just fall before she can even do any damage. Xiaoshu picks him up with the choo-choo train, and now Scout coming in with the Weaver's Wall, forcing Sheer to flash on out. A crucial mistake by the FPX mid laner will give JD Gaming the opportunity to secure the Herald.
Finally, a spot for them to finish this objective. It's more at 17.5 minutes. This is exactly the kind of early game that they needed. Yes, there's been some hiccups here. Sheer should be able to live. Equalizer comes down. That's the wave gone. And this is good. This is still great here for FPX.
And so maybe, just maybe, Care dying was not in vain, as it will be soul point
As important right now, I think what you're looking for is to break open mid and make it difficult for FPX to more meaningfully walk around the map.
Ooh, Zhuo going for the quickness, finding 2 members with the charm and forcing Jachi to flash away, but now Jway's gonna get caught out as well, and the Chain of Corruption comes through from FaZe, and he'll snipe him down with the Empowered Arrow, making it 3 for 1. That's Feats of Warfare going over to a JD Gaming and giving themselves the Feats of Strength.
Yeah, but like, why are we teleporting? I know I'm like nitpicking now for JDG, but that teleport from Xiaoshu feels very over-complicated. We did not need to be using these summoner spells. You've given Akali a lane now. She's not going to be able to take the turret thanks to Scout arriving, but Care is going to walk and see if they can flank onto FaZe through mid lane. Let's see if they can make this engagement. FaZe still has flash.
Milky Way looking for something. The Deadly Flourish lands on to Shun, but now the Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. Milky Way once again going to die without issuing that Cataclysm. And a crucial death onto the FPX jungler will give JDG free reign to start up the Otacon once again.
But FPX, they can stall this out, and remember, a minute before the Soul, even if JDG get the Otacon, if this takes too long or they get reset on it, that could be very dangerous and a massive problem for JDG to deal with. But instead, FPX, I don't know why they're not just pushing forward. It's going to take them a long time. They barely get any damage on a mid lane turret.
Yes, it's very difficult to do anything given what Xiaoshu and FaZe
even nearby, and you would have gotten a curtain call, yes, but guess what? Zhuo was in the area. He would have been able to block at least some of them with the quickness. So I think a lot of mistakes coming on through. It's Zhuo finding Milky Way and Jway, and now Dragon spawns in 10. Care needs to get a teleport in, and this needs to be the fight for FPX that breaks the game for them.
Yeah, because the scaling from JDG really starting to come online as you see Xiaoshu approaching 1,000 Soul Furnace stacks, already at 2 completed items, and not going to get any weaker as this game progresses. Care will get that tier 1 turret, and maybe FPX will feel comfortable giving up this Dragon if it means finding some of their standing gold, but I feel like at this point they want the 5v5.
JDG already got their kills, they already got their turrets.
disruption lands on Dejwe, but it's going to cost Zhuo a lot of HP, maybe even his life as Sheer flashes forward. The dragon gets secure, but it's a 1-for-1. Support for jungler in favor of JDG for now. Fully charged Q into the hands of JDG. And the equalizer does a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. A double kill picked up here for Xiaoshu, and FPX just dropped like flies as JD Gaming pick up 4 kills for the price of 1, and might be a 5th as Jachi gets a huge seismic shove caught on top of him. Shun dashing forward and making it all 5.
There we go, a full-on ace, the dragon to stop it, and they get the...
It seems like another situation where FPX is not fully on the same page. Nobody knows when exactly the right point is to go in.
Joel, what are we doing?
Milky Way has used his ult once until I say that and tries to find something onto Zhuo. But it's not going to find anything else as he's able to dash away. Care actually nearly getting assassinated here. This just takes a lot of damage on the... I mean, if you don't end it here, like off of this push, you can always turn back to the Baron, which is just spawn. And at this point, it should be pretty easy for JDG to start up on their own. Remember,
by that point, the game's already over.
Yeah, I mean, staring at a 6,000 gold deficit, FPX just have them try to make a play happen right now. They'll try to do so again onto the new support of JDG, but he just takes up so much damage, and eventually will just force Dway to go down here thanks to the piercing arrow. Now Xiaoshu can teleport in, utilize that unstoppable onslaught, and on the backside of things, not even Milky Way can do anything about it. Finally, the curtain call will help FaZe go down, but it'll cost FPX 3 members as JDG get all of the gold that they want and can start up this Baron.
They needed to have much better coordination here. If Jachi steals this with a deadly flourish, then hooray, you've stalled the game for 3 minutes. And it's not even gonna... 2.5 minutes? He will have Infinity Edge. And we'll be very happy. Then we can start rejoicing. Even though I think the game is already kind of doomed at this point, with JDG now picking up their second dragon of the game, and they still have Baron in front of the minute and a half. Maybe they find a pick here. I don't know. They're going to have to make a pretty disgusting base defense if they want any chance here.
Have to try to find something. Milky Way looking for the flag and drag, realizing, hey, Xiaoshu maybe not the target that I'm looking for at this point. The poke damage not doing anything, and now it's actually just going to be Sheer getting targeted instead. Flashes over the Weaver's wall, will be able to live while being overheated. But now FPX have to take a couple of resets, and that allows more time for JDG to break over the base.
Good luck trying to clear any of these waves. You're going to have a Talia, and you're going to have a Varus just aiming for you, gunning to try to take you down here. FPX lose their bottom lane inhibitor. No mid-wave to push on yet.
Oh. Milky Way gets taken down again. Flash Smite, or Cataclysm, everything available for him. But just the sheer amount of crowd control on JDG is enough to take him down. Joy's the next target. Already a 2-for-0 in the base of FPX. And it should be more very, very soon. Care goes down. FaZe gets himself kill number 6. And Sheer will hand him over a double kill to wrap up this game number 1. An absolute clinic from JDG in their new debut with their new roster, as FPX never stood a chance as JDG go up on the series 1-0.
This is what we saw from them in game number 1 of the last time FPX versus JDG. A little too squishy, but gives you that ability to kick. I would have actually liked to see maybe a Nocturne to try to hide this Nico later on into team fights, but we're getting a lot of frontline wonder. I am not the biggest expert on experience from Dragon. I don't think he's going to hit level 6, but if he just walks through mid lane and steals it, like literally a single minion, he'll hit level 6 once he finishes his Dragon. Yeah, we would have in the last 2, if we had a 2-split system, at least from previous years. So not all that much of a big change there, but we engage on to Dway. Yeah,
Sean landing that Glacial Prison easily. Dway will get knocked down for first blood, but now here comes IYY going forward and taking down Scout, who's not able to find anything with his Emperor's Divide and dies with his flash up. A 1-for-1 overall, as now FPX can make their way towards the Dragon, if not looking for more. Zhuo chunked down to 200 HP, and he'll have to flash away to safety.
All right, so good things here for JDG. They got gold onto Scout. Good news for FPX. They now have themselves 2 dragons here, and they'll be able to make a play. FPX do have, this is an infernal soul potentially here for FunPlus. They need to keep the pace of the game very fast. Another 3.5 minutes here. Oh no.
John has found out IYY. Maybe greeting for an extra camp. Not worth it this time around, as there's that Renekton Sejuani combo. as Jashu gets the kill on, and the flash already used, but now the dive can commence with Jway on the way. Depth charge comes out, Scout using the shifting stance to try to get away, but here comes that crowd control chain, and it will be Scout going down for the second time. Jashu jumping in with the dominance, going to try to make things happen in a 3v1. He'll at least get the first kill, but the Herald will be used by Jway to escape, and Care has a charm and has another that they have with Shwo.
Oh
so
no.
They need to look for some aggressive plays, this time again onto IYY. But now the re-engage can come through. Care landing a charm onto Jashu, instantly bursting him down. Scout with the Emperor's Divide is going to knock 2 of them away as FPX want to continue the chase.
Themselves a turret. This is going to be JDG shifting to the other side of the map and doing what they wanted to do most. Get this Azir gold. Already opening up a lead between him and Care.
Is it going to be worth it if it comes at the cost of some of your other members not being as strong, or if Scout's going to continue to get caught out like he has been in some of these recent fights? We will continue to see.
Kaisa, Azir, this rips already half HP, and it is only barely Care in the area. And there's this Azir turret.
Here comes the teleport. It's in from Sheer on the flank, but it's going to be far too late. IYY just walks into the pit, but he already is just going to see the Yatacon fall in the hands of JDG. Now the fight can begin, though. A charm lands on the shun. IYY going to stun him up, but a 3-man pop blossom comes through from Jwo, and the newer member of JDG going to try to break open this team fight. Jashu dashing forward with the slice and dice, taking down Sheer, flashing on Najachi, and finishing off FunPlus Phoenix. That is a 5 for nothing, baby. A triple kill picked up for FaZe.
And now they're going to be able to play on 2 waves, an entire wave here for FaZe to be able to play with, move into their topside jungle, get this mid-tier 1. That Otacon plus the fight afterwards almost guarantees that JDG are going to have a smooth coast into the rest of this game. Dragon spawns in a minute, and that is going to be a fight that FPX need to win.
I don't know if they're going to be able to at this point, all, because that might have been JDG. Are prepared for it. They're up 6,000 gold, and they've already found out IYY. Did not get hit by the Glacial Prison, but now going to get collapsed upon by FaZe. And he's just going to keep alive for a little bit longer, but finally, Jashu will knock him down. First casualty in favor. Scout with the Emperor's Divide will land it onto 2. Pop Blossom not going to find too much, but FaZe with the killer instinct will dive into the back line. Try to take down Jachi, and do so successfully. And it's another 4 kills in the hands of JD Gaming. Care to try to take down Jashu to make it some sort of a reprieve. But FPX just continue to get slaughtered in this series.
Too much healing, the Dragon's gonna go over, and another fight here where we do not see FPX working as a 5-man. IYY is too far up. I can't wait to take a look at this replay because this is another game in a row where Jway is absolutely
for that play-in stage, maybe even an earlier exit here before the LPL championship does begin. Now positioning around the Baron becomes the name of the game. Scout and Jashu hunting Shun has his Glacial Prison up in 2 seconds.
Oh, Jway's dead.
Immediately onto Jway, and Jwo goes in with the Pop Blossom as well. He gets bursted down, and now Sheer goes all out, gets sent back in by Scout, and it's already a 2-for-1 in favor of JD Gaming. IYY looking to go forward. Karen Jachi still do a lot of damage. There goes FaZe with the killer instinct. They find the Corki and be able to take him down. Care though, dashing in, nearly takes down the Kaisa, but he will be able to survive. It's a double kill for FaZe, another ace for JDG, and they will claim the Baron as their reward.
Let's go ahead and grab this Baron. This is a freebie for us, boys. FPX, they cannot find the fight that's going to win them this. Now it's going to explode to a 11,000 gold lead here. JDG look like they are performing, but this is one of the series that we had them having to win. They have to win these series against teams that we have that love this play. Keep using the Baron. It's up for another 2 minutes. We do not have to start the Dragon that spawns in 15. Let's put our opponents on the timer here. We can look for an end if multiple members go down. Any kind of team fight here from JDG.
It's interesting to see JDG play a little bit more on the reserve side. I feel like if you have Baron buff and you're up this far ahead, why even bother taking the Dragon if you can
to charm a clone? This would be the worst case scenario for us.
So he charms Shun. Still not going to work out very much for him, and now IYY is going to get targeted, and Shun will finally get some revenge from all the camp stealing that IYY did in the early game by getting a kill onto him at the 30-minute mark of this game number 2. Now a numbers advantage opened up for JDG. They have the Baron buff for one more wave. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to use it to break open.
What are we doing? Some of this positioning, you were like, hey, we have Baron. Why don't we just push the waves? We're kind of seeing that JDG may be a little slow to that one right now. Probably going to be on this next wave that they'll look to take this turret. Scout very, very far ahead at this point. And we're just watching to see how JDG close this one out with a 12,000 gold lead with a combo.
Hey, this is the this is Duo's influence coming in. This is the LNG style.
Oh,
You know?
oh, yeah. So if he's gonna have his influence, and they lose this game, right? LNG don't do a lot of winning.
You know, sometimes he just likes to keep the game.
Would you say that Duo is operating under the influence?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that we have a good chance here to start another engage here. As Shun going in with the Glacier Prison onto Sheer.
Oh.
Jway finding a depth charge onto Pace, but he cleanses out and should still be untouched for now. That's one kill.
Oh.
Now we will go in and look for a second. Killer Instinct for a third. Pace looking to do another pentakill moment. They're looking just for IYY. Scout's going to try to buy some time. Send the Kaisa in to try to hand Pace an LPL pentakill.
Last time it happened, it got stolen, and Pays finally gets his pentakill. This week we've been getting a lot of them. Gala has 2 of them, and now Pays gets to join the list. There it is. A great one, and finally the end to this series. JDG 2-0 over FunPlus Phoenix.
Penta number 5 in game 101. Not bad ratios here for Pays. As him and JDG looking revitalized here with their new support. Dro comes in and helps JDG win this.